It was a case that should have made headlines across the world, but somehow it didn't. No suspects, no clear motive, and no explanation that made sense. What happened that night left behind just enough evidence to raise questions, but not enough to answer them. And over time, this case slowly faded into silence, forgotten, until now. In the early 2000s, in a quiet suburban town where nothing unusual ever seemed to happen, lived 28-year-old Daniel Hargrove. He was, by all accounts, ordinary. A stable job, a small apartment, a routine that rarely changed. Every morning, he left for work at exactly 7:45 a.m. Every evening, he returned home before sunset. No enemies, no criminal record, no signs of trouble. But on the night of October 14th, that routine broke. At 9:17 p.m., a neighbor reported hearing something unusual. Not a scream, not a struggle, just a loud thud. Moments later, silence. No one called the police because nothing seemed urgent. But the next morning, Daniel didn't show up to work. And that's when everything changed. When authorities entered Daniel's apartment, they immediately knew something was wrong. The room was untouched. No signs of forced entry, no broken furniture, no evidence of a struggle. But Daniel was gone. Completely. His phone, still on the table. His keys, untouched. His wallet, left behind. It was as if he had simply vanished. But then, they found something else. A single chair knocked over. Investigators began reconstructing Daniel's final hours. Security footage showed him entering his building at 8:52 p.m. alone. No one followed him in, no one left after, no suspicious movement, nothing. But then, one detail stood out. At exactly 9:16 p.m., the hallway camera glitched. For 47 seconds, the footage was completely blank. When it resumed, everything looked normal again, except for one thing. Daniel was no longer inside. What made this case even more disturbing was what they didn't find. No fingerprints other than Daniel's, no DNA, no signs of entry or exit. It was a locked room mystery, and yet a man had disappeared without a trace. Over the years, many theories have surfaced. Some believe Daniel staged his own disappearance, but why leave everything behind? Others suggest someone was already inside, waiting, hidden in plain sight. And then there are those who think something else happened entirely, something that doesn't follow logic. The case was eventually closed, not solved, just closed. No body, no suspect, no answers. And as time passed, the story faded, forgotten like so many others. But the question still remains, what really happened during those 47 seconds? Because somewhere in that gap, the truth still exists, waiting.